Red Dead Online has come a long way since the beta. However, there are still some things that all Red Dead Online players alike can't stand. What are these things, you might ask? Well, you're about to find out. Hello everyone, I am Zumie Fiasco. Welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. If you are a new visitor, big ups for tuning in, and again, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are venting about the 8 things that Red Dead Online players hate. You, me, and everyone else playing this game can relate on these things. On the hate scale, these things range anywhere from stepping in some fresh chewing gum on a nice hot day to I just stubbed my pinky toe on my desk and dropped my sandwich on the floor. Alright, are you ready? Quick tip, do not clench your jaw throughout this video out of anger or else it's going to be sore by the end. Number 1 on our list for things that Red Dead Online players hate is server issues. This right here is unanimous. Every single Red Dead Online player I know hates this. Some players don't experience this as much as other players do, but there is no denying the hate for it. It never fails that when you have server issues or you get disconnected from the game, it's always at the worst time. It almost feels like someone is watching you from the other side over at Rockstar Games, flipping a switch trying to troll you right when you're in the middle of something. Haha, yeah, that was a perfect shot. Time to sell this 3-star carcass. Disconnected. Alright, been waiting 10 minutes, just 30 more seconds and I can complete this stranger mission. Disconnected. This shit sucks. Do you get disconnected often from Red Dead Online and the servers? I myself don't experience it a whole lot, but when I do, it's the best timing for me to lose out on something. What's the worst thing that has happened to you as a result of getting disconnected or having server issues? Buyer's remorse. Spending your hard-earned cash on an item that you end up disliking soon after. Buyer's remorse is a bitch. When you spend most of your time grinding in Red Dead Online, whether it's stranger missions, PvP, or other means, no matter what, it feels like it takes forever to make a considerable amount of cash. Once you've spent hours upon hours and sometimes even days grinding and saving, buying something and then regretting it right after sucks. You've been there, I've been there. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say everyone has been there at this point. Whether it's the outfit you thought you just had to have or it's the Litchfield repeater, that gun. Buyer's remorse is something Red Dead Online players hate. I suggest you carefully consider every purchase, maybe even talk to a couple friends that have the item you think you want to buy and ask for their feedback on it first. It's only natural and we all suffer from buyer's remorse. Tryhards and Griefers. Red Dead Online players hate tryhards. These are the guys you come across in PvP that are abusing every OP meta under the sun so they can secure themselves tons of kills and a victory. They are always using Deadeye in some way, shape, or form, alongside what's more than likely a double-barrel shotgun. If you get some range on the tryhard, they'll be using a bolt-action rifle or some other overpowered gun. Now don't get me wrong, there is a lot of gray area when it comes to the tryhard. Everyone in some way is a tryhard because everyone is arguably trying their best to win and beat their opponent. Therefore, they are quote-unquote tryhards. But the tryhard everyone hates separates himself from this crowd because based on his performance, you can tell he takes the game way more serious than the average player. These are the guys we all tell to go outside once in a while and get some damn sun. If we're being honest though, we all just hate the tryhard because we are trying our best and it isn't enough to beat them. There are also some other things that play into this though. For example, our respective characters' loadouts. We don't have access to the same guns they have or the Deadeye ability cards they abuse. Since they play so much, they are a significantly higher rank than us with more perks and better weapons, which puts them at an advantage. In all reality, we could all shut down the tryhard if we had the time to grind like they do and get the same things they have access to. But the irony in that scenario is once we do that, we then become the tryhard ourselves. Now, apart from the tryhards, it's a known fact, Red Dead Online players hate griefers. Even griefers hate griefers. We all know why we hate them and I don't want to dig into detail about the reasons, but they are hated enough to the point that they deserve a spot in this video alongside the tryhards. I mean, what would a video about things Red Dead Online players hate be without the griefers? Forced playstyles. No one likes to be told how to play a mission or feel like they have to perform it a certain way in order to get the max payout. In Red Dead Online, this is an issue and needless to say, players hate it. For example, one of the most known forced playstyles takes place within stranger missions. Regardless of what the mission is, be it killing a set number of targets or maybe retrieving a stolen wagon, no matter the mission or how you execute it, if you don't wait out the timer during the last objective before completing, you will not receive the max payout. Things like player accuracy and damage taken do not affect the reward. Your reward is just based on the time you complete the mission, and the weird thing is, instead of increasing the reward for completing the mission faster, the reward is actually decreased whenever you do it faster, which makes no sense. The only way to get the max payout is to wait until the last few minutes or so to complete any given mission. This leads to players having to mindlessly wait and do nothing anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes and then simply move forward into a yellow completion zone or shoot that last target to get the payout they deserve. Do you hate forced playstyles? Because I know I do, and I know most players do as well. Hopefully Rockstar will improve upon this in future updates. The grind wall. The grind wall is notoriously still hated by Red Dead Online players. So many players, I even have friends that have turned to glitches and exploits for money-making methods because of the way the Red Dead Online economy is set up. Players find themselves spending hours upon hours playing to make a measly couple $100s from grinding stranger missions and playing PvP. It never truly feels like you're getting paid what you deserve, and the cost of certain items in the shop just feels like salt on an open wound. The money-making grind is a tough one, but the XP grind is even more time-consuming and demanding. The grind wall is one of the biggest reasons players tune out of Red Dead Online. They will play briefly from time to time with friends to try and have some fun, but as soon as they are reminded of the time the game requires from them to make even the slightest bit of progress, it's a deal breaker. It usually takes a good-sized update with something cool and new to bring these players back. What rank are you in Red Dead Online, and how long did it feel like it took you to get there? Also, how much money and gold do you have in Red Dead Online? Do you feel like you have fairly been compensated for the time you have spent grinding with your current rank and the amount of money you have? Let me know down in the comments below. PvP server lag. The one thing that has made online gamers rage since the beginning of online games. When it comes to Red Dead Online, for the most part, lag is tolerable since you'll spend a lot of your time in free roam and doing missions. Yes, lag may irritate you a bit in these situations, but the place where lag gets Red Dead Online players blood boiling the most is PvP. Players absolutely hate this. I raged last night after visually killing someone, watching them die, and then suddenly getting killed by that very same person from behind. When this happens, it is so confusing and frustrating. The moment you shoot an enemy player in the head, right between the eyes, and you get that red hit marker indicating a clean kill, but by some magic server lag, that same player is all of a sudden alive and well, flooring you with a shotgun blast before your eyes. Controllers get broken over this problem because in all reality you have no control over this. When you die repeatedly due to server lag, there is no positive outcome. You simply can't beat it no matter how skilled you are. What's the most annoying thing that's happened to you in a laggy PvP game? Loading times. Even though we aren't stuck infinitely staring through clouds at a city from a bird's eye view, a prolonged black screen with a 6-shooter chamber rotating clockwise isn't much better. We all know the Red Dead Online load times aren't nearly as bad as GTA Online's, but they still suck. I have been stuck in loading screens long enough to make me have to restart my game because it's obvious my game is timed out and I'm just not being notified with an alert telling me so. Luckily, Red Dead Online isn't plagued with loading screens between starting up missions and joining new sessions, but there are still times where this happens and it's obvious why Red Dead Online players hate this. Here we are at number 8, the last thing on today's list of things that Red Dead Online players hate. No private servers. Now, I really thought about not including this because this is something that isn't in the game, but with that said, every Red Dead Online player out there hates that private servers aren't a part of the game. If Rockstar would consider adding private servers, it could solve so many issues and players could enjoy one another's company without having to deal with other random players interfering. Now, I understand the reasoning for this not being in the game. Rockstar has several missions in the free roam setting that wouldn't support a solo or invite-only server, but still, all they would need to do is turn those missions off and simply make them inaccessible for players that are in private servers. Friends could then goof around and do whatever they want, role players could set up scenes without having to deal with random players interfering, and content creators like myself could even host custom games like fight clubs and different things we come up with, and not have to be troubled with trolls and griefers trying to mess it up. There are just so many appealing and positive things that would come out of private servers. It's truly a shame that Rockstar has not incorporated private servers into Red Dead Online, and as a result, Red Dead Online players hate it, especially because Rockstar has incorporated solo sessions and invite-only sessions into GTA Online. So why can't they do it for Red Dead Online? Anyway guys, that is it for today's video. Those are the 8 things Red Dead Online players hate. If I left something out and there's something that you hate that was not mentioned here, Be sure and leave it down in the comments below so we can all vent together about it. Don't forget, if you did enjoy today's video, please be sure and leave a like rating down below to show your support to the channel. And also, if you are a new visitor or a returning one and you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so along with turning notifications on so you do not miss out on any future videos here on the channel. The Fiasco family has just recently grown past 14,000 members strong, and I'm super stoked about it. Thank you all so much for your support and loyalty. I will never take it for granted. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all in the next one. Later.